Hi everybody, I have a book to show you. It's a digital download called New Beginnings from Tsunami Rose over on Etsy. I've been working on it for a while. I had to do some other journals for somebody else, and so I had to put this one aside for a little bit, which is why it took me so long to finish it. This is a great kit. It's easy to use and fun to use, and I've really enjoyed working with it, and I hope that I have done it justice. This turned into a chunky monkey. And well, to start off with, I used a Reader's Digest book, and I took the insides out, and the spine I scored several times to round it. I wanted to try something different, and by scoring down the edge or the middle of the spine several times, it loosens the fibers, and instead of it being flat like this, it rounds it in this manner. So anyway, there are 4 signatures in here, and I used red and white baker's twine. It's kind of thin, and I used a did I use a pamphlet stitch? Yes, it looks like I used a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on this one. This is Hug Snug seam binding that I dyed, and this is the cover. This page here is the cover, and this is the back. And then I used an eyelet, boy, not thinking again, and just punched a hole in there and put some of the seam binding through, and I just tied a bow so you could see, and then it hooks over like this, and there's plenty to make it longer if needed. And the closure is a paper brad with an eyelet that I turned upside down and glued. And okay, and then I put a little bit of bling on here, dress it up a little bit. But and then I just used some red and white dotted scrapbook paper from, I think it's the Floral Fair Stack Die Cuts with a View. So I used some of that, and I used just some tea-dyed paper, and the rest should all be from New Beginnings, Tsunami Rose. So on the inside, oh yeah, and some cardstock. I used a little bit of purple cardstock in here. I decided to put a big old flower in here. I got these from the dollar store and just took them apart and put them together the way I wanted to. And then I made some homemade glimmer mist and sprayed that. Let's see what else. I've got a double pocket here. You can put whatever they want in there. I didn't want to cover up the saying here, so I didn't put any paper in there. I used the bingo card as a tuck spot, and I'm not sure if I overdid it with the tabs and the fibers and the bows and everything here, but I think it looks neat. So anyway, oh, and I ran it off on Southworth Ivory linen resume paper, I believe is what it's called. So that's what this is here. And let's see, these are little embroidered lace butterflies. I ordered them off of Amazon. This is a button punch, and I just used some fibers and sewed. I think I used some wax thread to sew it down, and then glued everything. And I used the Stampin' Up! Punch, just stapled things on. Did a little bit of stamping, not too much. It says, "We do not remember days, we remember moments." And let's see what we got here. I just flipped through real quick. and I used a little wooden button heart here as a embellishment for a regular paper clip. Here's a side pocket. And then I made an envelope out of, using the envelope punch board, out of some tea dyed paper, and I made this a pocket as well. And I put some of the papers in here. So that's why it got so chunky so fast. And there's a tag from the kit, one of the papers, the other side. So they're set up so that you can cut them out, and they're two-sided. And some of them I did that way, and then I did another set and cut them out individually and put them inside the envelopes like I did here. And some washi tape. There's another bingo card. A little tuck spot there, and some I just glued down to decorate the page. I wanted to make sure there was enough room left for journaling. Made a little pocket. And this is one of the, I think it's a Martha Stewart button punch. Oh, and then I used a book that I got off of eBay, and I've been trying to get books that aren't in very good shape, but they've all been really in really good condition except for this one. It's called The City of Seven Hills, and it's from 1898, and it is coming apart, and a lot of the pages were already missing. So I decided to go ahead and use this book to print on and to add papers to my journals. And so this is one of those pages, and I stamped it with 1898 down here, and I just printed some of the pages from New Beginnings onto the book pages. And so I made a pocket out of this one and added some paper here. And this is on the edge punch butterfly, Tim Holtz, I think. And here's another one of those lace butterflies down here with the button, and it looked kind of strange, so I went ahead and used let's see, it's called Liquid Pearls Avocado Dimensional Pearlescent Paint, which is kind of fun to use. I hadn't seen it before. It's in the same section as Stickles. So, oh yeah, okay, it's Ranger. So anyway, it's fun to use, and I use that to make the little antenna. It's pretty easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And there's just a little decoration. I think this is from a different kit from Tsunami Rose. And let's see, we've got pockets, a little postcard. This is wherever it says 1898 is a book page. So I printed this out on a book page and added some tea dyed paper in here and glued it on. And then my little, I think, jelly bean bag die came, so I made some little pockets to go in here. And this is a bow, a little lace bow. And again, 1898. And this I just washi taped in. So they have to be a little bit careful. It's fragile, but that's okay. It says, "Be the change you wish to see in the world, Gandhi." And here's another 1898 page that I printed, and I just made a big pocket out of it and added some tea dyed paper to it. I just thought the whole thing looked kind of neat, so I tried to add as much of that page in as I could to the journal. And this side is a place to put, it's got a frame here you can put a photo in if you'd like, or a portrait or whatever. And I added some here. Here's another side pocket, double-sided, like in front. And let's see, why is there a staple? Oh, I put a little banner there. and going into the next signature. Another place to put a photo. Lots of places to journal. And I think this is maybe the last page, I'm not sure, 1898. And I put the butterflies on there, and it kind of went sideways. I had to tape it down to another piece of paper. And I guess the tape didn't hold, and so it printed off sideways, which is, or on a diagonal, which is fine. I think it looks fine. And then I paper clipped another piece of the New Beginnings to it. And here's a star and a butterfly, and I'm just about done. This might be from another kit, DigiKit too, not sure, but I added it anyway. And here's another button that I used, and a little bee down here. Since it's Beehive Journals, I need to add my little bee to everything. And okay, here's the last of the book pages that I used, and I just folded this over because it tore, and I put a little, again, I think this is from another one of her kits, not the New Beginnings kit. And I tucked a little bit into here. And the inside cover is done with some muslin. I just glued it down. I used my favorite Fabri-Tac. It seems to work really good for me. And that is the book, and I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comment section. I'll be listing this on my Etsy store in a little bit. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate all the really nice comments everybody leaves. So have a good day. Thanks.